Hey there, one thing I always see Chicago real estate investors underestimate is the cost of turnover. And that's what we're going to talk about here today. So I'm Mark Ganley, co-founder and partner of GC Realty Development, also co-host of Chicago's #1 real estate investing podcast, Straight Up Chicago Investor. Check it out. In my 20-plus career, we have leased out over 5,000 units, managed over 6,000 properties, and completed over 60,000 work orders. So anything I can help you with on the Chicago real estate investing front, we definitely can help you, or we have the resources, or connect you with the right people to do so. So talking today about turnover, we see people run their numbers and their formulas and their spreadsheets and all that stuff, but they really underestimate the cost of turnover. And it's not that turnover is super expensive, it's just not accounted for, or people truly just don't appreciate what you should be doing during turnover in order to make sure that when you get out a tenant back in there, that you're not having to go there for work orders all the time, and you're not getting nickel and dime by having to run a handyman over there. So a turnover, we looked at all of our turnovers we did in 2025, and we did 190 of them, and we'll talk specifically here on the northwest side of Chicago. We did 190 northwest side Chicago, and talk about anywhere from Edison Park to Avondale. And when I say northwest side, it probably includes Rogers Park and Edgewater, so kind of north and northwest side. 190 turnovers we did last year, and our average cost was $3,100. Now, $3,100 takes into account, in Illinois, you have to change the locks out every time or rekey them. So that's one step. You're always going to clean on the back end. You might freshen up the place with some paint, some touch-up paint. If it's been occupied for more than 5-6 years, you might have to do a whole paint. But you're always going to have a punch list of things. That punch list of things is going to be, if you haven't had someone move out in the last couple of years, you have to update all your smoke detectors to the 10-year sealed, which is a law that came out in 2021 or 22. But either way, they have the 10-year sealed batteries that you're supposed to have in all of them. So once you put them in there, then that will obviously come off your list of things you got to do. Your thermostat battery, about 10% of our no heats we get in the winter end up being because the thermostat's dead. So all these little things that you want to make sure you're doing to prevent bigger issues down the road. And then you're going to tighten this. We always say that, on our list, it's tighten this and door stops and adjust the knobs. Everything that's loose when the tenant moves out is things you got to go in there and tighten. It just might be a list of 20 small things. But what we believe is anything that is loose now might fall off. So let's tighten it up. That way when the tenant moves out again, it's only loose again. So running your numbers like that, and it's not the end of the world. So you're going to pay, just say roughly $3,100 3 times in 10 years, but that will ultimately cut down on some of your maintenance you might have in between. So keep in mind, you're going to spend it one way or another. Are you going to spend it all at once and kind of take the burden of having to deal with those things during the time the tenant's in there? Or, quiet enjoyment. A tenant doesn't want to have to deal with things that are broken either, and they don't want to call in work orders either. But they're paying a fee, which we call rent, and you're providing a service, which you call your house. And it's important that you make sure that things work for them. So keep those things in mind. We are big on the front end turnovers to make sure we get stuff done right and we don't have to touch things, or we don't have to, our tenants' experience will be better. So keep this in mind. If a tenant's not calling work orders, not having to worry about things breaking, or not aggravated by those things happening, what's the chances that they're going to renew? The chances go way up. And if you could beat those odds, like we've done here at GC Realty, where you have someone moving out every 40 months versus every 32 months, over 2 decades, over 20 years, that's a considerable amount of additional funds that you'll have, whatever, call it profit or put back in your property or whatnot. So if you have any additional questions, maybe you don't want to deal with turnover, maybe you don't want to deal with renting your place out, we can help you. So we have a tenant placement program here at GC Realty, and we also have full service property management. So we've been around for 20 plus years, and we have about 1,400 at the time of this video units around the Chicago market, and we can take that all from you. 2 things that we offer here is we will give you your time back, and we'll lower your risk. So reach out, talk to you soon.